And that's pretty a different perspective for Richland football.
Yeah, it used to be throw it up in the air anywhere in the area of number 12, and we're going to come down with the football, give it to number 8. He's going to turn the corner and hit the long run. But, this year's team, Freddie, the strength of the team is the offensive line and the defensive front. And I don't know there's much better in the LHAC.
Kellen Stahl is our quarterback, of course. And, last year he had almost 3,000 yards rushing, so he is a threat to run the ball. And if people overplay the rush, they're going to get burned because, we have guys like Griffin LaRue, who's 6'3", 195. He has all the measurables, and he's a good receiver. In fact, he caught a touchdown pass last week, little trick play to Sammy Penna, and caught everybody kind of off guard except us. We knew it was coming. Well, we could see from up here it was a backward pass to Penna, and as soon as you saw it was a backward pass, you knew what was coming, and Griffin was wide open. Also, McGowan scored a touchdown last week. Also, the sophomore. So we have receivers. They're going to learn. They're going to learn as they go. Let's face it. Last year we had two of the best in the state. With Tustin and Burke, not in the area, two of the best receivers in the state of Pennsylvania. So these young guys are going to come along though, and I'm excited to see them progress. PJ down on the field, and we're going to be soon ready to go here with the kickoff. Bishop McCort, let's talk a little bit about them. Bishop McCort is 0-2. They've lost to Penn Cambria, who is a much improved team.
Absolutely.
You know a little bit about their quarterback.
Good young sophomore quarterback in Harold. Looks to be the real deal. 6'3", I believe he is, and has got a very good arm. For me, the question is going to be their offensive front, Freddie, is, as they face the better teams like a Richland, like a Bedford, will they be able to handle those types of pass rushers? If they do, Harold is the real deal quarterback.
Was that Brian Bazil? Coach Bazil was telling you that was he talking to you about that, or was that
I've heard from other
coaches?
People that know Coach Bazil. Yes.
Yeah, they say that he might be one of the best young quarterbacks, the best young quarterback in the Laurel Highlands, and until he's a senior, he's going to be something to deal with. But anyways, McCort is 0-2. They've lost to Penn Cambria, and they also lost to Chestnut Ridge, which a lot of people are going to lose to Ridge. So that was a big loss for them. The Tom Smith. We all know Tom Smith, longtime Richland coach, longtime Richland resident. He's in his first year as the head coach down there in Crusherland. And they're relying on people like Tristan Finari, who I believe is a Richland guy, isn't he?
He actually was here as a freshman, Freddie, and I think in his very first JV game suffered a broken shoulder, and that's why Sam Penna became the JV quarterback. And shortly after that, Tristan transferred down to Bishop McCort High School.
So he's probably going to be – they're actually playing a two-quarterback system, but I think he's the main guy. And the running the ball-wise, Amir Ortega-Andrews has been their key guy rushing the football. They do run a pro-style offensive set. Their defense, which Coach Smith is pretty much of a defensive guru. When he was at Richland, he focused pretty much on the defense. And so they do run that multiple front defense. Is their strength, according to Coach Smith. I talked to him before the game. He did say the speed is their strength. Size is a concern. The players he told me to be alert for tonight, Brandon Bear, running back, linebacker, rushed for 715 yards last year and 8 touchdowns. Will Hazlitt, offensive lineman, defensive lineman, and a kicker.
And another Richland kid.
Amir Ortega-Andrews, we already talked about him. Jordan Page is their top receiver with 10 catches so far. Lineman, Will Hazlitt, Joe McGowan, who is PJ's nephew.
Yep.
And he's a big boy, 255-pounder. Justin Edmondson, 190-pounder. Trenton Bolts, 220-pounder. So they do have some beef up front. And I think the key to them, if they want to win this game, they're going to have to control the ball. They're going to have to keep the ball away from Richland. And, I'm sure they're going to be fired up. I know Coach Smith, he's going to have these kids ready to play. It should be an interesting matchup.
I would think that Coach Bailey on the other side of the coin, Freddie, suffering a very tough loss here against Bedford. I think he's looking at his team to get off the ball early and often. And I have a feeling this is going to be one of those games that Richland's going to be sniffing out the end zone quite a bit on a night like tonight.
What a tough schedule for Richland at the beginning of the year, though, We had to go to Mansion Park and play Bishop Guilfoyle, and we won. We were losing. We had a great comeback, and then to come back to here and play Bedford, back to back. That was a tough 2 games.
I'm going to head down to P.J. McGowan. Hopefully P.J. can hear us okay. I'm trying to hold up the phone for him so he can hear. So, P.J., how conditions on the field? I think Richland seems like they're pretty riled up and ready to go tonight.
Yeah, it's great down here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. Yep.
All right. Hey, listen, real quick, a little technical thing. That box ain't working real good. You might have to pick that mic up. Tell Fred to keep his face facing the phone. But field conditions are absolutely perfect. It's a nice, cool night. No wind, just a little breeze. I was told by one of our mutual friends, Ed, on the refereeing crew, that Richland has won the toss and is elected to receive. So a little heads up to our fans. They can look forward to that. But listen, what a great atmosphere with the fans back in the stadium. The McCort people are over there. They're just happy to be here. Let's face it, Ed, we've coached Little League and been to Little League with 85% of the McCort fans here. So even though we're wearing different colors tonight, it's a big family. I actually have family on that team. My nephew Joey is a starting lineman, I think a center. So, I'm looking forward to a great game. It's good to have people back in the stands sharing this with us, and I'm just happy for this whole night to come together the way it is.
Absolutely. PJ, I was just going to ask you about that. You got your nephew Joe on one side. You got your son Ryan on this side. It's got to be a special night for you to come out and see your.
It is. I mean, there's only 2 more of these in my lifetime. Joey's my last nephew in age-wise, so it's a shame he's never going to beat the Richland. He's never going to be a winner on this field, but that comes with it. But. Listen, that goes back to being alumni of Richland, but listen, this Richland team's special. We might have dropped last week to a very good Bedford team with some major injuries on our side. So I'll never say we're not as good as a team as Bedford was. We were probably a much better team, but things just didn't work out with some injuries. But tonight's going to be a special night for the Richland Rams.
PJ, I'm very disappointed that your invention with the cardboard box doesn't work. I'm really, really disappointed.
Did you catch up?
Wait. Say that one more time, Fred.
I'm very disappointed that your invention with the cardboard box did not work. Well, because that was really high tech, and I was looking forward to using that box. But
Fred, I am by no means giving up on that box. I just haven't, perfected it yet. It's a staged game, but. Listen, I would appreciate tonight. I'm not going to ask you guys to spell anything. I just want to keep you up on your math tonight. So if you look underneath that box, there's a few new calculators and a stick roll. No, I'm just kidding you guys. All right, let's go get them tonight. All right, let's talk to you guys in a bit.
We are ready for kickoff here as number 58. That is Will Hazlitt will be kicking away for Bishop McCort. Deep for the Rams, it's going to be looks like is that Graydon Lewis and Griffin LaRue who are back deep for the Rams.
Richland is dressed in their black uniform tonight.
All right, low kick on the ground. LaRue will field it at about the 10-yard line, up over the 15, the 20. Turns on just at 25 before he's hit and taken down right about the 27-yard line. So Richland's first possession of the game, and we're underway.
Griffin LaRue, our primary wide receiver, 6'3", 195. He definitely has the measurables. That was a nice little return. Coach Ron Hobbs, special teams coach for the Rams, has them ready again.
All right, looks like Evan McCracken will sidecar Kellen Stahl. He'll set himself to Stahl's right. 4 wide receivers set. Stahl checks the sidelines.
Evan McCracken, only a freshman.
He will reset now to Stahl's left. Here's a snap, and it will be McCracken who will take it over the right side and get taken down for about a yard loss to the 26. Tackle made there by, looks like number 7, Brendan Bear.
He's a good defensive player. There's 2 Bears on the team. They're both good players, defensive players. Not much blocking on the edge there. It was a pretty easy play for Brendan, but still he was there to make it.
All right, now it's Graydon Lewis who will check in at running back.
Graydon's more of a power runner, I think. McCracken's more of a speedster. Graydon is more of a power runner.
All right, so Stahl. And he will fake and throw out quickly to his left. And that is, I'm not sure the number. That might have been McCracken. Ball's on the ground, though. But I think the ball was dead as it got to about the 30-yard line.
Right, little
Sam
fake.
Penna.
Sam Penna on the pickup. Thanks. Hard to pick up the numbers back here. It's kind of, they had the black uniforms with the red numbers. Kind of hard to see right now as they head to the wide side of the field.
I think Richland does have the greatest array of uniforms in the Laurel Highlands. We have one uniform for every occasion.
So 3rd and 6 here, set up at about the Richland 31-yard line. Graydon Lewis will set himself to Stahl's left. Stahl will drop back to throw. Has Griffin LaRue on his sideline to 35. LaRue puts on a shake and bake and will push his way towards the 40, close to a first down. I think he has enough as he will take it to about the 39. And it will be enough for a first down. So nice shake and bake by LaRue.
As soon as you see the officials kill the clock, you know they made the stick. So it was a nice play. You know, the defender's playing deep, so you run 8 or 9 yards, stop, turn around, the ball's there. If they play you up close, you try to get deep.
All right, Stahl back in the gun. Lewis stays in at running back. Stahl will throw out to his left and over the head of the intended receiver, Sam Penna.
That's one thing about our offense here. You know, we like to take what they're giving us. When LaRue gets out there as a wideout, or any receiver gets out there as a wideout, you look at how that D-back is playing you. The quarterback looks at it, and they make a decision. I'm going to do this, this, or this, depending on his position. So that last first down was a pretty easy call.
All right, 2nd and 10 upcoming. Richland's at their own 39-yard line. 10:04 remaining here in the first quarter. First possession of the game by any team. Stahl will keep it himself as he tries over the left tackle. He takes it to the 40 and gets close to the 45. Steps out of bounds at about the 43.
And that was number 7 for the McCort Crushers
That's
again.
Brendan Bear again.
Brendan Bear making the tackle.
I think we're going to call his name a lot tonight, Freddie.
Yeah, he's a good player. He is their leading tackler, so he does do a great job there at his linebacker position.
Brings up another 3rd and 6 as Richland has the ball on their own 43. And they tried it for their freeze play there. Looks like they had Bishop McCort jumping, but the flag not thrown.
Well, Coach Smith is a Richland boy, so he understands how the freeze works, which we're not allowed to talk about, by the way.
No, definitely not. All right, Stahl back to throw. Drops straight back. He's looking for the home run ball, and that's going to be incomplete. Good coverage out there by number 5 for the Bishop McCort Crushers.
That was Amir Andrews. He's their best running back and perhaps their best defender.
Intended receiver there, I think, was number 10, Ryan McGowan. That'll bring up a 4th and 6, and I think Richland is going to punt the ball away. We're going to find out here shortly.
Ryan McGowan is a sophomore. Did score last week on that pitch pass from Penna to McGowan.
All right, Stahl will go back to punt. Deep back for the Crushers is Amir Andrews, and I think number 6, Jordan Page as well. There's a snap. Here's the punt. And it's a low punt. And it will take a Richland bounce. And they'll let it stop right about looks like about the 28-yard line. Is where Bishop McCort will take over for their first possession. We have 9:38 remaining here in the first quarter. No score.
That was a pretty important possession for McCort to be able to stop the Rams. Richland's offense a little bit sputtering right now at this point, but it's so early in the game you can't tell, but that's still a big possession for McCort.
Don't you think Richland has kind of sputtered the very first 2 weeks, even last week against Bedford? They started the first half of the Bishop Guilfoyle game before they got it rolling, and kind of struggled a little bit early in that Bedford game before they started to click as well.
Well, we have those injuries that are definitely affecting us in the backfield. There's no question about that.
Looks like Ferneri will drop back. Ferneri throws a quick out to his right, a quick hitter. Page on the catch and maybe takes it to about the 30-yard line. Pickup of about 3.
Pretty good read there. Again, it's the same philosophy of Richland. You watch how the corner's playing you. That time he was playing off, so they threw a quick pass to the flat. And good pursuit, though. That's one thing about Richland. They do pursue very well. Tim Ripple, the defensive coordinator, does a great job. I've watched them at practice a couple times, and they do a great job pursuing to go where the ball is. And that's something, if you watch the team, you'll see that.
All right, Ferneri under center this time as they pack it in. 2nd and 7 from the 31. Handoff straight up the middle, and there's a nice hole there. McCort picks up some good yardage, trying to catch a number of the running back there.
A little inside trap, a little trap action. Very, very nice run.
Looks like number 33 on the carry. That is Going to find his name here. We don't have tape in here, so Ethan Marcosi on the carry.
Time to get the binoculars out, Coach.
So a nice 13-yard run by Marcosi. Brings it to the McCort 44-yard line. 8:34 remaining here in the first quarter. Scoreless game. Forneri, this time in the gun, will throw it quick to Bear in the right flat, and it'll be taken down as he gets over the 45.
That was one of those quick passes. Once again, a cornerback playing off, throw the ball quick to Bear, and Bear's he's a pretty good player. I believe he's a Conemaugh Valley boy.
Takes it to about the 46-yard line.
That's one thing about, Richland's defensive line is very aggressive, so you want to have the kind of plays where you get the ball off real quick. You don't want to be holding the ball there too long.
All right, Forneri under center again. Marcosi in the pistol here as Andrews goes in motion to the right, and it will be Marcosi up the middle, and this time Richland sniffs that out and does not allow any yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 8.
Hit the bottom of that pile here, number 54 for the Rams.
That is Nathan Kniss.
Nathan Kniss, big boy, Nathan. A lot of these linemen are 2-year starters, so they know what's going on out there, our offensive and defensive lines both. They're pretty well seasoned, and they know how to play the game.
All right, 3rd and 8 upcoming from the McCort 47-yard line. 7:19 and counting here in the first quarter, no score. Forneri this time will be in the gun, and he will drop back there. A flag on the play. Might have a little pre-step motion here on the McCort Crushers, and that's what it's going to be, so they'll lose 5.
That's big, It's third and about 7. That's doable, but you get down to 3rd and 12. That puts a little more doubt in your mind.
That Chris Hunter, one of the linesmen, made that call. Our head referee is John Daly.
These are your buddies.
So another Richland grad and a good friend of mine, and Jack Daly. I know you're listening at your home in Windber, so welcome, Jack. And Linda Horn, if you're listening, always a loyal listener. So
I'm
Linda Horn, welcome her too.
Linda has to be here somewhere. In fact, she's right in front of us. Isn't that Linda?
Yeah, it is Linda.
Linda and Jody.
There you go. All right, so Forneri back to throw. He will gun it out to the sideline. It will be complete, but will not pick up enough for the first down, as the ball will be at about the 48-yard line of McCort. And they will bring on their punting team.
Once again, without the penalty, that would have been a first down. So the penalty was a key factor in that particular drive.
Yeah. I'm really having a hard time picking up the Richland numbers as they go back to this side of the field. Is that I'm not sure who that is deep for the Rams. If that's number 10 Ryan McGowan, or that's number 18 Jeb Jordan. PJ, you might help me out here.
It's number 15 Kellen Stahl.
15 Kellen Stahl. There you go. Numbers are really hard to pick up here in the booth.
Those black uniforms are very sharp, though.
They are sharp, but hard to pick up the numbers. All right, punt is away. It's a very high punt. Stahl just going to let it go. It'll bounce, and it'll roll into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback.
Wow, that was a
nice punt by Will Hazlitt.
That ball bounced into the end zone. Fortunately, there was a McCort guy chasing it. He couldn't run it down. And, I was looking at the ball maybe on a 1 or 2 yard line, so we actually caught a break there, big break.
All right, so the ball comes out to the 20-yard line of Richland. This is their second possession of the game. First one yielded 1 first down before Bishop McCort held steady and had made Richland punt. 5:56 remaining here in the first quarter. No score. Stahl in the gun.
We have a bunch to the right side of the formation.
And Stahl will run out to the right as he gets over the 20, the 25, the 30. Stahl taken down as he crosses the 35. Nice tackle there made by number 4, Mason Gress.
When all else fails, you can always give the ball to your best runner and let this offensive line do their job and let your best rusher pick up some yardage. That happened at Chestnut Ridge a couple years ago, as I vaguely remember.
All right, so big run by Stahl, an 18-yard run. Brings it out to the 38-yard line of Richland, first down. Penna will go in motion. Stahl will roll to his left. He looks, he decides to keep, tucks it at the 40 now, and dives to about the 44-yard line. Nice pickup there by Stahl on first down.
See, now that time they started out in the same bunch formation that they were successful with the play before. Put a man in motion and rolled that way. Pass run option for the quarterback. He chose to run that time. 2nd and 5. Good position.
Yeah, pickup. They're showing pickup is 6 on the scoreboard. So 2nd and 4 coming for the Rams as we're at 4:54 and counting here in the first quarter. No score. Pistol formation now for the Rams as Stahl will roll out to his right. He throws across his body. Has the man. That's Jordan Ford as he gets to about the 40-yard line of the Bishop McCort Crushers. So use a tight end, which is what we've been calling for the last couple of weeks, Freddie. It's Jordan Ford's 3rd catch of the year. He had 2 against Bedford last week and now finds a big hook up here with Stahl.
He's a big weapon. He's about 6'2", 235, 240 pounds. So he is tight end material. He really is. So you got to keep that in mind. They've been staying in that bunch formation. They're in it again. They're bunch right, split end to the left, 1 running back.
We go into pistol again. Graydon Lewis will be the running back. Bunch right formation. 1st and 10. Their ball spotted at the McCort 41-yard line. 4:08 and counting here in the first quarter of a no-score game. Stahl hands up to Lewis, who goes over left tackle, and he takes it to about the 35 before he's taken down as he gets to about the 33-yard line.
He's a good hard runner. I remember watching him play last year in JVs, and he can really run hard. Give him a chance, and he's going to pick up some yards for you.
Pick up about 8 on that play.
We're pretty young this year, aren't we? I'm just starting to think about
we are
these
very
guys.
young. Yeah.
You know, he's only a sophomore. McGowan's only a sophomore. Pretty young. We're still in that bunch formation, though, bunch right.
All right, so Stahl in the gun again. Stahl will keep it himself as he goes over that same left tackle and gets easy first down as he plunges away over the 25-yard line to about the 24. So getting deep into Bishop McCort territory now.
Boy, Jordan Ford that time, well, not the pass receiver, but boy, he just crushed the defensive end.
He crushed one of the Crushers.
Oh my gosh, did he ever. What a great block that was.
3:11 here in the first quarter. Richland at the McCort 24-yard line. 1st and 10, and Stahl again. Same play as he goes over left tackle and takes it to about the 20-yard line. Still pushing. Ball going to be spotted right at the 20. So a 4-yard pickup on first down for Stahl.
Once again, Richland football. You know, if it works, let's keep doing it until they stop it.
Yeah, Richland,
same play twice in a row.
They have run right to that left side every single time, right over left tackle.
You pick up stuff in film study that you can see where they might be a little bit weaker, and you try to exploit that area, and that seems to be what Richland is doing right now.
Graydon Lewis sidecarring Stahl to his right. A little motion on Richland there. It's number 77, Zach Hancock.
Zach is pointing toward the Crusher, but the defense is allowed to move, and they did not break the neutral zone, so it's a good call by the officials.
To bring up a 2nd and 11 now and push the ball back to about the, looks like the 26-yard line. Graydon Lewis will set himself to Stahl's left. A little more spread out this time, Fred. 3 wide receivers in this set. And Stahl over the middle of Jordan Ford, who has the 20-yard line and gets over close to the to about the 12-yard line. Looks like they're going to spot it. So it should be another first down by Richland, and it is.
Just got a text a couple minutes ago from Scott Hudson, a former player when I was the head coach. He's listening to the game somewhere in the world.
Oh, hey, Hudman, how you doing, bud? Miss you.
He gets around the world. He's not just the United States. He's a worldwide traveler. So I don't know where he is, but I'm glad you could text me, buddy. Glad you're tuning in.
All right, so it'll be 1st and 10 at the McCort 12-yard line. Stahl will throw to Penna. Penna has the 10. He turns it up and pushes away close to the 5-yard line.
See, what's going on now is McCort is not confused. Strategically wise, we're passing and running both, so it's hard to cover both. And Richland's going to take what they give you.
Looks like the ball will be spotted right at about the 6-yard line. So 6-yard pickup will bring up 2nd and 4.
I got to move, Ed.
We have 1:10 remaining here in the first quarter. Scoreless game.
I'm good.
And Stahl going to roll out to his left. Stahl looking, waiting. Finally throws. Jordan Ford has it. I believe that's a touchdown. Touchdown, Richland Rams. So Stahl rolled out to his left and held. before finding a receiver. That may be Griffin LaRue on the catch. So LaRue for the touchdown. Stahl to LaRue. 6-yard strike. And on to attempt the extra point is going to be Autumn Facci. Autumn off to a little sluggish start this year.
Had a nice article in the paper about her and Lizzie from Bedford.
All right, there's the hold. There's the kick. It is up, and this one is good. So Autumn Facci right through the uprights. And there go the Richland fire trucks. I love that. We'll head down to PJ real quick. PJ, what a nice response from Richland after their first failed drive.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. There was a lot of people involved in that drive. From the line to the running backs to people coming off the bench to, a few people that have been on this team and a big part for years, such as Jordan Ford, that played a big part in it. So, it's nice. We're finally getting into our groove here. We're playing Richland football, which entitles the whole team. So, yeah, powerful drive. Looking for some more big things. They got their groove on now. You guys know as well as I do, that first touchdown always comes a little late for Richland. So, I look to see some quicker scores in the near future.
That's really important, like you were alluding to there, PJ. You use all those different people. You pass, you run, you pass, you run. Keeps the defense off balance. They're not really sure what to expect. And Coach Bailey is as good as any coach in the Laurel Highlands when it comes to reading a defense and verbally communicating with the guys on the field. This is what I want you to do. And then the quarterback has a big responsibility, because he has to look at the situation as well, and he has to make his reads. So it seems like it's a very complex offense, but it really isn't. Once you get into it, it's kind of common sense. Whatever they're going to give us, we're going to take. It's hard to stop sometimes.
Yeah, nice to see Richland get a lot of people involved in that play, as PJ alluded to. 55 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Richland leading 7-0 now. Back deep for the Crushers are Amir Andrews and Jordan Page. This will go to Jordan Page at about the 18-yard line. And he'll hand off to Amir Andrews, who takes it up the right sideline. Amir Andrews has the 50-yard line, and he almost steps out of bounds. I think he did. Ball will be spotted in Richland territory at about the 48-yard line. So Jordan Page picks up that ball on the right, starts to run, goes to his left, and pitches back to Amir Andrews, who continues on the right side. And a nice return there by the Bishop McCort Crushers.
I'm sure Ronnie Hobbs, our special teams coach, is not real happy with the results of that. Are we moving back? There's a penalty.
PJ, did you pick up that penalty on the field? No penalty on the play. So 48-yard line. Our special guest here, by the way, is here. He's joining us for halftime. So we have a special treat for everybody. We'll get back to that in a minute, as Tristan Forneri will go into the gun. Marcosi will be the running back to his left. Forneri throws quickly out to his left over the head of Amir Andrews. Right there in coverage, though, is number 11, Brock Batchy, who, again, is another sophomore.
We have another one of my guys from my head coaching days, Dougie Horn, who's listening to the broadcast somewhere in the free world.
Dougie lives in Berlin, if I'm not mistaken.
But who knows where he actually is.
Yeah, Doug, always glad to have you listening.
So we have PJ and PJ with us, one of my guys, Scott Hudson, Doug Horn. So welcome to the radio station. We appreciate you guys paying attention and listening.
All right, Forneri under center this time. Marcosi in the pistol, and it'll be Marcosi who go up the middle. There's a flag on the play as Marcosi gets over the 45-yard line to about the 44. We're going to see where they spot this, but there is a flag on the play.
That was one of the line judges, so somebody.
And it's motion on McCort again. 35 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. We have a 7-0 game as Richland leads. Into the game now. Checks in is Aiden Thomas, number 52. Out of the game comes number 77, Zach Hancock, and number 66, Dom Bethman.
Your buddies that officiate these games, they do a very good job.
This is probably one of the best crews that we've seen. Absolutely.
I used to officiate, and I always like to watch the mechanics, and they're they're right on top of everything.
All right, ball goes back to Bishop McCort territory at their own 47, 2nd and 15. Forneri this time will throw quickly out to his left, and Andrews catches the ball, but is hit immediately. Coverage great there by the Rams, trying to find the number of the bottom player there. It's like number 3. I think that was Griffin LaRue. Quickly on the stop, or was that number 6, Graydon Lewis? No, it was LaRue. So LaRue quickly on the receiver.
You got guys like Lewis and LaRue. They're defensive backs, but they really like to hit. They hit like linebackers. So
all right.
Good for them.
All right, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Richland leading here from Herlinger Field, 7-0. We'll be back shortly as you are listening to the Richland Ram Football Network. All right, we are back. End of the first quarter. Richland leading here 7-0, and the McCort Crushers will come out. They have a 3rd and 17 upcoming from their own 45-yard line. Richland defense standing stout so far.
What you hope to do here is get some kind of a positive play. So, it's tough to pick up 17 yards. It's actually, about 17 yards. That's going to be a tough call, but we'll see what happens. They're actually in pretty good field position, so even if they don't make it, they're going to have – the punt will be okay, and they'll have good field position.
All right, so Forneri will go into the gun. He'll be flanked by Marcosi, who has set himself to the right. 4 wide receivers in this set for the Crushers, as Forneri will tuck it, keep it himself, and he's hit by 2 Rams immediately. Oh, my goodness, we can feel that hit from up here. Trying to catch the number on that. I think that's number 50, Connor Rager, was at least one of them. PJ, you could probably catch the numbers better than I could.
That was Kniss. Kniss was the main man, and he let him know he was there.
All right, so
that's
Nathan
a typical Richland football play, too. Remember, we talked about that last week. Spread everybody out and then run the ball. Try to make them think. They have to pass. It's 17 yards, so then you run a quarterback draw. But, boy, that time Kniss was right on top of it.
All right, Will Haslett, who boomed a punt the last time, comes on again to punt. This one, a high-hanging punt, not quite as far as it bounces short of the 30, and will roll inside the 25-yard line to about the 23, where it'll be downed.
Nice punt, very nice punt. Richland has the ball, and we'll see what happens. But that philosophy, you can tell that Coach Smith has been coaching with Coach Bailey for a while, because that's exactly what you would expect from Richland. Spread the field, make them think pass for 17 yards, and then run the ball. And I've seen it be successful many times on our side of the field with Coach Bailey. Many, many times.
All right, so 11:07 remaining here before halftime. Richland leading 7-0, and they have the ball at their own 23-yard line, 1st and 10. Stahl will be in it looks like an empty backfield for the Rams here. 2 wide receivers to the left and a bunch to the right. And Stahl will keep it himself as he will go up the middle, turn it out to the left as he gets over the 25-yard line to about the 26.
Can I say it again? Spread the field, make everybody think it's a pass, and run the ball. I mean, there was nobody in the backfield except the quarterback. And they had receivers all over the field and run the football.
So they're going to spot the ball at about the 27. So 4-yard gain by Stahl on 1st down brings up 2nd and 6 from the Richland 27-yard line. Stahl again, empty backfield, bunch right. LaRue will now sprint to the right, and LaRue's going to take it on the jet sweep as LaRue gets over the 30-yard line, the 35, the 40, the 45. He keeps pushing as he gets close to the 50-yard line. Hard running play there by Griffin LaRue on the jet sweep.
That's so typical give him the ball. He's your best receiver, but he's also a great ball carrier. So if you can't get it to him in the air, let's give it to him. Just hand him the ball and let him run.
Nice acceleration there by LaRue, too.
You know what else is nice is hearing all these fans cheer.
This is fantastic. We've been here this is week 3, and the first 2 weeks, I got to tell you, it was very eerie to be looking across and seeing no one, looking out in front of us and seeing no one. So, yeah, a very welcome sight here. Rams now 1st and 10. Penna goes in motion, but Stahl drops back to throw. Has a man. That's Jordan Ford as he's into Richland territory over the 30-yard line to about looks like they're going to spot it at about the 23. So Jordan Ford becoming a big part of this game as Stahl finds him for about the 4th time.
The more they do that, the more he's going to get. He's going to get better and better and better. He started on the right side of the field. We faked the sweep to the right, rolled back to the left. He came the whole way across the field, wide open. Once he has the ball, I don't want to tackle him. I don't know about you.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a big boy.
I don't want to stand in front of him.
All right, ball at the McCort 24-yard line now. 1st and 10 for Richland. 9:35 and counting. Richland leading 7-0 here. Bunch to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right for Stahl. Empty backfield. Stahl, quick hitter this time to LaRue. And good coverage there this time by number 6, Jordan Page, who will drop LaRue for about a yard loss, maybe a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, Jordan Page did a great job fighting off a block and making the tackle. Still in that spread. We're going to stay in that spread offense here and see what happens.
So they called a loss of 1, 2nd and 11 upcoming. Ball moves back to McCourt's 25-yard line. 8:58 and counting here before halftime. Richland leading 7-0. And this time it will be, I'm not sure of the number, I think it's Evan McCracken now in the backfield, who will set himself to Stahl's left. Stahl will hand off. No, that is Lewis who takes it over the right side. And Lewis has the 10-yard line, the 5. And he's inside to about the 3-yard line. Nice hard running by Graydon Lewis.
He's got some speed, doesn't he?
Absolutely. Big, like you said, a powerful kid, but has some wheels as well. And it'll be 1st and 10 upcoming for the Rams. Or 1st and goal, for the Rams.
I know these kids worked out hard all summer, and I know Graydon. I used to see him in our neighborhood running up Eisenhower Boulevard. He worked very, very hard, and it's going to pay off. It really is.
All right, so ball spotted at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal coming for the Rams. Stahl will keep it himself, and he will plow his way and pick his way right up the middle for another Richland Ram touchdown. Kellen Stahl, a 2-yard plunge. Nice patience there by Kellen Stahl. And on to attempt the extra point again will be Autumn Facci.
Who's the girl from Bedford? Lizzie Martz.
Lizzie Martz.
And Autumn, both competing last week on this field. It was pretty interesting. Good article in the paper about both of them.
All right. There's the snap. There's the hold. It is up, and it is good. So Autumn Facci 2 for 2, and the Rams go up 14-0. And we'll head down to, again, the sideline to P.J. McGowan. Hopefully P.J. can hear me now. We have to hold his cell phone up, and sometimes if he can't hear us great, we apologize. But P.J., another great drive by the Richland Rams.
Apparently you can't hear us.
I lost connection. I think we got P.J. back now. P.J., can you hear us okay?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. I was just going down here to see another great drive by the Rams. Another everybody touching the ball type of scheme. This is really good to see coming off of last week's loss to the Bedford Bison.
No, without a doubt. Listen, that first game, you fill yourself out. The second game, it was the hardest battle we probably fought in a regular season for years. But good opposite match teams. But, they got some confidence now. Younger guys are getting feeling confident. They're feeling comfortable. The older guys are feeling comfortable. It's fun. And let me tell you, look down below you. Fans in the stadium, the energy in the field passes on to the turf, and these kids can feel it. So it's all coming together, and it's going to be a great night.
I think the big winner tonight is the fact that we do have people here, and the kids, the students are here, and they're having fun. It's like kids being kids, This is what we needed. I mean,
and we could actually see the band tonight. They're actually
they're
actually in the end zone, away from the Penn Highlands side, but the band is actually in the end zone. So kind of cool. Usually they're on to way to our far right. We never get to see them, and now we can look at them right there to our left.
That might become a common tradition. Here we kicking off. Here we go.
All right. It looks
that's
like
O'Dowd kicking off.
No, that's not O'Dowd. We'll talk about it in a second. Samir Andrews again takes the pitch from Jordan Page, who caught the punt, and Andrews takes it to about the 41-yard line. I saw Cohen O'Dowd, who was dressed just in his shirt, so he is not available to kick tonight. PJ, can you give us the number of the kicker?
No, you know what? I didn't know that storyline. Sorry, that shows you my poor journalistic skills. I didn't realize that O'Dowd wasn't kicking for us tonight.
I just saw him in his jersey before the game, so I knew he wasn't available.
I just thought to myself, wow, that was a great kick whenever I saw it. So.
Yep. All right, so 14-0 here, Rams lead. 8:04 before halftime. Ferneri in the gun, or in the under center. Sorry, Bear will take the handoff, and Menemili in the backfield and drop for a big loss. I believe that was trying to catch a number, was that 52, Aiden Thomas?
52.
So Aiden Thomas drops Bear for a big loss.
You can really feel the momentum shifting at this point. One big hole right now. This is a big series for the Crushers. They almost have to put something on the board, or at least have some kind of a drive where they take time off the clock and at least get down the field.
All right,
big series for the Crushers.
Absolutely. Loss of 2 on that play. Makes it 2nd and 12 upcoming.
Hey, you guys, little note. That was Connor Reger that kicked off.
Fantastic. Connor Reger. Great kick. All right, Ferneri, I think he fumbled his snap and has to dive back on it. So McCort having their problems here as they trail 14-0. And now bring up 3rd and 12.
Richland has responded very well since that opening drive. They were sputtering a little bit on offense and defense, but now you can tell they're just getting more and more confident. They're putting more and more pressure on the Crushers. And, as I said before, this is pretty important for Bishop McCort to get something going right now.
All right, Ferneri will go under center with Marcosi as his running back. Andrews will come in motion to the right side, and it will be handed up off the middle. And Marcosi, I think he dropped the football. I think the ball is on the ground, and Richland may have this as Marcosi had enough for the first down. And Richland does have the football. So Marcosi, as he came across the 45-yard line, took a shot, ball came loose, and Richland has the football.
Somebody's down from McCort.
And they're holding their knee. We'll go ahead and step aside as we have an injured McCort player on the ground. So 14-0 here is your score, 6:23 remaining for halftime. You listen to the Richland Rams Football Network.
They got their arm.
Okay, and we are back as the Bishop McCort player is up. He's has to be helped off the field. We're trying to catch the number. I believe that might be number 60.
It's 60.
Trenton Bolts, who is a junior, 6 foot, 230-pound player who had to be helped off the field. But a big stop there by the Rams as Marcosi went straight up the middle on 3rd and 13 and actually picked up the first down. But Richland able to jar the ball loose and will take over inside of Bishop McCort territory at about their 46-yard line. 1st and 10.
We said that was a big series for McCort, and that was a very nice play, quick right up the middle, but unfortunately for the young man, a fumble.
All right, so Stahl rolls out to his left. Stahl looking for a man, has a man. That is LaRue, who's over the 30-yard line before he steps out of bounds. So right at about the 29-yard line. So another Richland Ram first down.
You can tell that LaRue's getting more confident as each game goes by. You know, he's just very confident in himself, a strong young man. He's big, 195 pounds. He's going to be a good one.
6:13 remaining here before halftime. Richland leading 14-0, and they find themselves deep into Bishop McCort territory at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Stahl hands up over the left side to Lewis, who gets over the 20-yard line, pushes to about the 17.
That was Lewis. Nate Conrad, a junior defensive back, made the tackle. Richland is really rolling right now. You can feel it.
Yeah, they're starting to click here as Lewis will stay in at running back. He will set himself to Stahl's right. Three wide receivers out to the right. Jordan Ford will set the edge as a tight end on the left. In motion here for the Rams is number 10, Ryan McGowan. Ball on the ground. Stahl has to just jump on it. So kind of a muff snap there as Stahl couldn't get the handle. Ball will bring 3-yard loss back to the 20-yard line.
Good play, you know. Don't try to pick it up and run again. Just fall on it. We have 3 more downs to get the first down, and I'm pretty confident that we will.
Brings up 2nd and about 13 from the McCort 20-yard line. 5:25 counting before halftime. 14-0 is your score. Richland Rams leading. Stahl keeps it himself this time as he goes up the middle, and Stahl picks his way over the 10-yard line, plows inside the 5-yard line. Kellen Stahl carrying about 3 Bishop McCort Crushers with him as he gets to about the 4. Brings up 1st and goal.
There's no way to bring these Richland runners down easily with one tackle. They are running very, very hard right now. They can feel it. They can sense it. They're going in for the kill right now.
They will spot the ball, it looks like at about the 4-yard line. So 1st and goal from about the 4.
We have 4:45 to go in the first half. Or is this the first quarter? First half.
Now it's the second quarter. LaRue will sprint out to the right, takes the pitch and rolls, and he walks right into the end zone. So a pitch to Griffin LaRue to the right side, and LaRue walks into the end zone. Another Richland Ram touchdown.
That's LaRue's 2nd touchdown for the day. A little pitch. Once again, you know, we know LaRue can run. We know he's big, 6'3", 195. Give me the ball. That's so, you know, just let him have the ball, and he'll do his thing. You can really feel the momentum.
Absolutely.
The momentum is pretty much totally shifted toward the team in the black uniform tonight.
And LaRue went in untouched. Autumn Facci on to try her 3rd extra point. There's the hold, there's the snap, there's the kick. It is good, and that's it. So Autumn Facci puts it right through and sets the score at 21-0 Rams now. PJ, the Rams have got to be having a little fun down there now.
Oh, it feels like old times now, Ed. The fire trucks are blowing. You know, we're putting points on the board. Listen, this Richland team is committed to excellence tonight. These guys are hitting their blocks. All the younger classmen are at full force. The upperclassmen are playing their normal game, but they look fantastic. The ball's being shared like crazy. I mean, it's being spread out all the time. So good things are coming for the Richland Rams. They're finding their steps, the old steps of old day. Again, I can't explain to you how great it is seeing all these fans and feeling the energy on the field. It was pretty bizarre that first game and second game not having that, but it's starting to feel like a normal universe again.
Yeah, without a question. And the only thing that doesn't feel right is we have Connor Rigger in the kick, which is just odd. But I tell you what, he's booting the ball tonight.
He's
doing a fantastic job on the kickoffs here. Not sure what happened to Cullen O'Dowd.
PJ, how's our student section doing?
He wants to know how the student section's doing down there.
It looks pretty good to me. You know, I didn't realize till about 5 minutes ago the band was in the end zone.
Yeah.
But and listen, there's a lot of kids here, so you know that's part of this whole high school experience. So I'm glad it's happening for everyone.
All right, Connor Rager on to kick it away, and it's a nice kick again, isn't it? line. That's going to be close to a Richland first down.
That is a first down.
Yeah, I think he's about it should be the first down. If
It
you got
is.
the 30, it should be a first down. So that should be a first down Richland, and it is. So Evan McCracken, nice 13-yard run to the 30.
Once again, when the wing official kills the clock, it's a first down because they're moving the chains.
McCracken will stay in and set himself to Stahl's right. LaRue will go in motion to the right. Stahl fakes the handoff, throws to LaRue. LaRue trying to work himself back to the 30-yard line. Has the 30 now as he gets to the 35 and pushes to the 40. Should be close to another Ram first down, and it is as he gets to the 40-yard line.
Nice downfield blocking by our wide receivers. They've improved on that. You know, they've always done a great job. And you can see that that's a talented receiver when he knows he's not getting the ball, but he's still doing his job.
First and 10 Rams, 2:06 remaining before halftime, leading 21-0 here at Herlinger Field over the Bishop McCort Crushers. Stahl again back to throw. Stahl looking, throws out to his right, has a man. I think that's Ryan McGowan as he steps over the 50-yard line to about the 47.
That was Jeb Jordan.
Oh, Jeb Jordan, number 18. So Jeb Jordan on the touch. And Jeb has another first down. Jeb, a junior.
Let's spread the love out. Get some of these guys the ball. I just lost something.
Stahl now drop back the pass again. Stahl over the right again. Has a man over the 40-yard line. That may have been Jeb Jordan again. 2 touches for Jeb on this series so far.
I just decapitated the guy in front of us here. My clipboard went out the window. Oh, boy.
It's nice that there actually is people out there to decapitate.
I know.
Anymore.
I'd have to go out and get it myself.
All right, it'll be McCracken again. This time he goes up the middle. McCracken over the 30, the 25, the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. It's a touchdown. Evan McCracken in for a Richland score.
Boy,
McCracken, a 39-yard run.
The young man's a freshman. That's first touchdown of his career.
Outstanding.
Nice surge by the offensive line. Boy, that young guy's quick.
Evan McCracken took it over the left tackle, turned it back over the middle, and found nothing but turf the whole way ahead of him and walks into the end zone from 39 yards out.
He's only a freshman. He's going to be a good one.
Adam Facci on to attempt the extra point again. Kellen Stahl for the hold. There's the snap. There's the hold. There's the kick. It is up. And Adam Facci 4 for 4 tonight. So the Richland Rams go up 28-0. And PJ, I'm going to head back to you as you got to see Ryan, your son, score a touchdown for the first time last week in the varsity game. And now you see Coach McCracken get to see his own son score a touchdown his first game. And you know the feeling. He's got to be so proud.
Oh, yeah. I made it a point to go over and slap 5 with him. But, listen, you know, I was on this field with Larry years ago. You know, I mean, I didn't play nowhere near the football he played. But his son's something special. Like I said, this Richland team, our skill players are so young on this team. So young. From Griffin LaRue to Graydon Lewis to my son Ryan to Evan McCracken. There's a lot of good things coming from Richland football. But, you know, again, Larry McCracken, Coach Larry McCracken, and his team brought these skill players along so well. And, boy, they play like they're seasoned veterans. So it's fun to watch and gives you a lot of hope for the years to come. But great play for the young McCracken, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of that this year.
I think I remember last year your son scoring a touchdown. I think this year was his second varsity touchdown. I could be wrong. You want to correct me? Go right ahead.
Say that one more time, Fred. You were rapping there before in my ears.
Good. I think he was saying, was that Ryan's second touchdown in varsity, or was that his first last week?
No, that was the second. He had one last year, too.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to point out.
All right, so is Connor Rager on to kick it away again for the Rams. Back deep for the McCort Crushers is Amir Andrews and Jordan Page. Connor Rager hits a pretty nice kick, and it'll be fielded by Andrews. No, Jordan Page will take it out to the left, and he's dropped at about the 25-yard line, 26-yard line.
A lot of young guys on the special teams. That's number 40. Looks like 45 on that tackle.
That was Tony DiMartino.
There you go.
My son on the tackle.
Isn't that a funny thing, huh, Ed? That's a great feeling, brother.
Yeah, that's fantastic. He told me he was going to be starting a little bit like every other special teams he was going to get in, and I just told him, I said, just be aggressive. When you get out there, just find the ball carrier and be aggressive. And
he just proved that he needs to be out there more often.
So nice to see Tony get in on a tackle. Fantastic for him. 1 minute remaining here before halftime. Richland leading 28-0. McCort the ball at their own 25-yard line, 1st and 10. Up the middle is, I believe, Marcosi. It's a quarterback keeper as Fernari takes it over to the 32-yard line.
Looked like he might have mishandled the snap a little bit and just decided to run the ball. A nice gain, though, about a 6-yard gain.
Timeout called by the Richland Rams.
Yeah, we want more.
Absolutely. They lead here 28-0.
He moved on too.
Sure. I just want to hit your head off of that
this thing here, yeah, I'm getting my head bashed in again.
We have a little different setup in the booth this year as we have to move way to our right, and we have this big block here that houses one of the units for the Richland Rams. So Freddie's over in that corner, and so sometimes he hits his head off of that thing.
I think I'm going to
pull. If I was there,
I
I wouldn't, because I'm a little shorter.
I'm going to pull seniority on you. And
hey, Ed.
Yeah.
Well, one quick thing. Let's go back to last year's Richland McCort game. McCort riddled the field with penalty flags last year.
Yes.
They are playing a tight game, though. I mean, Tommy Smith and the coaching staff's done a wonderful job pulling these guys in respecting the game of football but being disciplined. So hats off to him and his staff. He keeps coaching this team this way. There's going to be big things for the future of McCort football, too.
Yeah, very good call on that, PJ. I remember that last year. There was lots of unsportsmanlikes and late hits, and this one really all they had called on them so far is a couple illegal procedures. So 2nd and 4 upcoming for the McCort Crushers. 53 seconds remaining before halftime. Fernari, another quarterback keeper, and this time he is dropped immediately. Maybe just back to the line of scrimmage. So that time Richland sniffed it out.
Richland
calls another timeout.
Yeah, they want the ball back.
Yes, they do.
They can score, with the old Richland Rams that we've come to know for the last couple years, they can score from anywhere on the field, and these guys are getting that same momentum going, like we can score. Let's get the ball back. Is that our junior high boys down there with the blue shirts on?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe that's our junior high. That's maybe the 8th grade team. Or it could be some of the Richland Rockets as well. I think they want to do something special for the Richland Rocket players tonight as well and sort of honor them. And if we were not going to be having fans in the stands, Freddie, you and I would have been calling your names for the Silver Drive-In for them to hear. So I think Jim Penna may be doing something special for them at halftime.
We're going to have a day honoring the veterans coming up.
And those are those nice uniforms we wear here.
They're going to be wearing those
really nice gray uniforms. Yep. They're absolutely beautiful.
That's the next home game. Next week we're going to be away at Cambria
We'll be at Cambria Heights next week. Brand new field at Cambria Heights. Brand new stadium. Looking forward to seeing that.
Central Cambria has a new stadium as well.
Yeah, new turf, and should be beautiful. 47 seconds remaining as 3rd and 4 for the McCort Crushers at their own 32-yard line. And it might be another motion penalty called here on the McCort Crushers or an offsides on the Rams. Not sure which one.
I think we got froze. I think we got caught on our own game. Yeah, we're backing up already.
Yeah, offsides called on the Richland Rams.
What's really talking about fields, there are 8 turf fields in the Laurel Highlands now. 8. Back in the day, there were obviously none. Then there was 1, Johnstown. Then there was 2, Richland. Now there's 8. Which is pretty amazing. It's a great conference.
All right, Jalen Triplin will check out, and number 66, Dominic Bethman, will check into the game. 1st and 10 from the McCort 37-yard line with 47 seconds remaining before halftime. Richland leading here 28-0 on a beautiful night for football. Fernari under center now. Fernari back to throw. Fernari rolls out to his right. Fernari will keep it himself and go out of bounds. Brock Batchy in pursuit, but Fernari able to get to about the 45-yard line.
He's a left-handed quarterback rolling to the right. That's very, very difficult throw for the young man. Batchy, quite a linebacker, too. He's a big boy. He's like 250 pounds.
A little bit. His brother is Bryce. That's the.
I'm thinking Bryce.
Brock's still a pretty tall kid. got some good wheels. Coached him in baseball, and what an exceptional young man. 2nd and 2 upcoming for the McCort Crushers here at their own 45-yard line. They trail 28-0 and do get the ball after the half. And again, they're just looking for something positive before they go in. As Ferneri this time will drop straight back, getting heavy pressure, throws the ball away. Good coverage there by the Rams, and almost picked off by Kellen Stahl, I believe. No, by Sam. Is that Sam? No, it's Kellen Stahl. These numbers are so hard to pick out, so excuse me. I'm having a difficult time. They're very tough to see with the black uniforms, and every number looks about the same to me.
Let's see, 52 is Aiden Thomas, 54 Nathan Kniss. They were both putting the pressure on the quarterback.
So 3rd and 2 upcoming. We're down to 34 seconds remaining before halftime. Marcosi will be the running back for Ferneri, who's under center. And that's going to be a procedure call on the McCort Crushers. I think Jordan Page left the line of scrimmage just a little bit early. That one should come back 5 yards.
They did pick up the first down, so it's too bad for them because there's still 29 seconds to go. And Richland, if they get the ball back, you know what's going to happen there. They're going to go for it.
Yeah, I can see right here Jordan Page set right to our side and left the line of scrimmage just a hair early. And another good call out there by Chris Hunter.
These guys have been officiating together for a long time.
Yeah, I think they're down 2 men. They have one that's out in Colorado, I think, doing some hunting, and one that had to be called to the Somerset game. So this is John Daly, Bobby Gall, Chris Hunter. I'm not sure of the other names, but I know those for sure. Ferneri will roll out this time to his left, throws, and that is a catch by Andrews, but he's dropped at the 40.
Richland calls their final timeout, I believe.
Down to 22 seconds remaining before halftime.
We're going to have one more possession by the Rams.
So the Rams will burn their final timeout.
This is typical Brandon football. He wants the ball. First half, everything goes. That's the old philosophy in football. The first half, you can do pretty much what you want. If it gets out of hand, the second half, it's time to back off a little bit. But right now, half number one, whatever.
I remember last year, I think besides the first game of the year against these McCort Crushers, we were pretty much in a running clock just about every week.
Yeah, that made our job a lot easier.
Yeah, and we're 7 points away from a running clock in the second half. So 4th and 7 upcoming for the McCort Crushers. They have 22 seconds remaining before halftime. The ball at their own 40-yard line, and I believe they're set up to punt. And it will be Stahl going back to receive for the Rams. And Will Haslett, who looks very good as a kicker.
He's a good athlete.
Very, very good. But he has boomed a couple of punts tonight already. Bad low snap, and he went down to his knee. So the ball will come down. Richland will take over deep inside of Bishop McCort territory as they find themselves at the McCort 27-yard line with 20 seconds remaining. Coach, you called it. Calling timeouts. Bad snap. Haslett goes down to field it, but hits his knee to the ground. And Richland will take over.
Pretty smart. We've watched Richland long enough. I've coached with Brandon long enough to pretty much know what he's thinking. And I knew what he was thinking. We're going to get the ball back, and we're going to get a running clock going in the second half. Now, they haven't done that yet. They haven't put it in the end zone. But they have a chance.
All right, so Evan McCracken will stay in at running back. He scored on a 39-yard scamper last possession. Stahl will roll out to his left. Stahl looking for the end zone. He has a man wide open. There's another Richland Ram touchdown. Fantastic. I think is that Graydon Lewis on the catch, or is that Sammy Penna? I think that's Sammy Penna on the touchdown. So 27 yards, Stahl to Penna. And Richland Rams 34-0 pending the extra point. So Brandon Bailey using those 3 timeouts on that last possession to get the ball back, and works out better than he could have imagined. And on first down, with 20 seconds left, a 27-yard strike from Stahl to Penna.
Penna threw for a touchdown pass last week, and he receives the touchdown pass.
All right, and Autumn Fauci, 5 for 5 on the night. So the Rams lead 35-0. And P.J. McGowan, you were right there. What a great pass by Kellen Stahl to Sam Penna.
Oh my God, without a doubt, guys. Listen, Sammy's a fixture at my house. So, what a great thing to see him do. Spreading the ball out like Richland does. Having multiple touchdowns on this team is a fascinating thing because there's so many great, skilled athletes. So I'm so happy for Sam, for the Penna family, and by all means, the Richland Ram entire football. 35-0 with 14 seconds to go. It's going to be a quick second half at this point. We're going to have a running clock, Fred.
We have scoring touchdowns here. We have LaRue, we have Stahl, we have LaRue, McCracken, and Penna.
It's fantastic.
So four different guys scoring. 5 touchdowns, 4 different guys. And Autumn, perfect on all of her kicks.
Yes, 5 for 5 tonight for Autumn Fauci.
That's good for her. She needed a little confidence booster.
All right, Jaden Kinsey will be back on to kick it away. And looks like Xavier Manahan, number 36, in on special teams. Jeb Jordan, number 18. So getting away from the starters a little bit here on special teams.
Who's the kicker?
This is Jaden Kinsey.
He's kicking for his second time. He's excited.
14 seconds here remaining before halftime. Richland leading 35-0. And Kinsey pooches this ball again. Bounces at about the 35-yard line. Dropped there by the Bishop McCort player, and Amir Andrews has to jump on it. Ball spotted at about the 34-yard line. 10 seconds remaining before halftime.
Those little pooch kicks can screw you up. You know? You're used to the ball coming from up in the air, and all of a sudden it's bouncing around on the ground.
And that's what it did. Bounced right at his feet.
Right.
And player unable to grab it. And Amir Andrews was man on the spot and jumped on it before the Ram players all converged. All right, so 1st and 10. 10 seconds remaining before halftime. Ferneri under center. And Ferneri will hand us up off the middle. That has Marcosi as he takes it to the 40-yard line. And that should do it for halftime, with the Richland Rams leading here at Herlinger Field 35-0. We're back with you shortly for halftime as you will watch the band, and then we'll come back and do a little recap and have a very special guest at halftime. You're listening to Richland Ram Football Network.
yeah, that's fine. No, just keep the band going. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You remember that, right?
We are back at Herlinger Field at halftime, where the Richland Rams lead 35-0. We find ourselves in the running clock for the second half. And I am so happy that we finally got Brian Davis here. 1989 graduated Richland Rams, graduated with my brother Jim, graduated with PJ McGowan here. Brian, so glad to have you, and your dad, who I know very well. If you ever want to run a Super Bowl poll, he's the man. He's the man that set that board up. That was fantastic. But Brian runs what's called Behind the Steel Curtain. It's a podcast. And earlier during the lockdown where I couldn't work, Brian was kind enough to actually ask me, Fred, and PJ to come on and do the podcast with you. And unfortunately, these two men couldn't make it, but I did the podcast with you. Can't thank you enough. You guys do a great job. But what do you think of this?
I tell you what, this is absolutely fantastic, Eddie. I mean, Richland Rams football, juggernaut. I'm so glad to be here. But I remember being here from 1986 to 1989 every week with the band, watching the team coached by Mr. Fred Yanity over here. Just absolutely fantastic. For me, the weekends were Friday night and Saturday night, Coach Yanity, and on Sunday it was Chuck Knoll. And so that is what motivated me for football. And to see Richland Rams football now from where it was fantastic back then, because you got to remember, Fred took him in the playoffs in 86 and 87, and I was there in the stands, and that was the first time in a long time. And it was fantastic stuff. You had guys like Sean Callahan, my favorite kicker of all time, Grady Chase. I've got to throw
Grady's actually seated to our left.
Oh,
over
man,
there.
I've got to see Grady.
Yeah.
All those guys, the Ist fans, Kevin D'Ambrosio, watching those guys play, fantastic. And I'm seeing these guys, and I'm watching these players out here, and they could score at will. And everybody's telling me this is a young team.
They are.
And I'm looking at this team, I'm like, this is a juggernaut. So where I live in Hagerstown, Maryland now, and the Rams were playing in the playoffs last year in Chambersburg, which is a half hour away, and that's where my dad lives. And I'm bummed I didn't go to see him, so I'm hoping they come down my way again so I can see the Rams in the playoffs.
Yeah, we were hoping that Richland started out. They're 2-1 right now. Should get the 3-1 tonight, barring a major disaster. But we're looking forward to them as well. As they announced, there's going to be some playoffs this year. We expect Richland to get there as well. They ran into a juggernaut there last year with Southern Columbia High School in the state semis, but they did lose two huge weapons last. We had Trevor Tustin and we had Caleb Burke, who were the two big studs, big wide receivers. Richland could throw the ball up, nobody could stop them. It's a little bit different team this year. So now you're seeing freshmen, sophomores step in and running back. Wide receiver PJ's son is only a sophomore. It's just great to see. And Coach Brandon Bailey, as I spoke on your podcast, does a great job with these kids from such a young age. When they come in in the Rocket football program, they are learning this system. And if they stick with it, when they all go through, when they get here and step on this field, they already know the plays. And it shows when they get up here now.
That's absolutely incredible because you got to remember, we started out in 1983 when the Geistdown Richland Pee Wee Football League started. And PJ was on that juggernaut team and I was on the team that went 1-5. But it was fantastic. I got to play on this field 7th and 8th grade for those teams, and it was absolutely fantastic. And that was just the start of it. So it's really fantastic to see not only the atmosphere here, but hearing that these kids get to start out at an early age and get to learn the system. I wish we had it back then.
Yeah, I talked to you. I think when we were kids, I didn't even have that start. We didn't even start football until you were in 9th grade. So you couldn't even get on the field until you were actually there as a freshman. And here they're starting in 1st grade, starting out with flag football for the first 2 years. They start tackle in 3rd grade, and they're learning this system. And we've lost some players along the way. Not many in my son's class, as the junior class actually came up and pretty much stuck together. They lost a few players, but this offensive line that you're seeing tonight, Brian, is probably one of the best offensive lines in the LHAC here, if not, in the state. They are that good.
Well, that's absolutely incredible. I look forward to paying attention to this team even more now that I know that I could listen to you, Fred and PJ, online. So that's absolutely fantastic. I can't wait.
Yeah, and we got to thank our sponsors. Well, we're going to do that. I'm going to thank our sponsors because they're the ones that make it very, make this possible for us in Romansburg Media here. But we've got to thank Precious Metals and Diamond Company, Chan Soon Chong Medical Center, Best Window and Door, Blade Broadband, Rizzo's Italian Restaurant, The Fifth Bar and Grill, which is formerly the Alibi, Wayne Langer Hook for Senate, Advanced Office Systems, Dean Jordan Goodyear, Ponchione Financial, Cardellino Eye Care and Optical, EcoSafe Sanitizing, Nico's Restaurant, Johnstown Construction, FWF Insurance and Erie Insurance, McCracken Chiropractic Spine and Sports Center, Fleur of Country Catering and Event Planning, and Sporting Good Discounters. And we're going to talk about your podcast, The Behind the Steel Curtain, which I really enjoyed. You guys do a fantastic job every week going over, and actually I think you do it probably a couple times a week on the podcast. There's different people that come on, but if you want to hear great stuff about the Steelers, check out that podcast.
Well, fantastic. I'm glad you said that, Ed, because what happened, I took over as the podcast producer back in June. And we have grown from 8 podcasts a week to now about 24 podcasts in a single week. So we used to say behindthesteelcurtain.com on the editorial side and now on the podcast side that it was your one-stop shop for Pittsburgh Steelers. Now it's your non-stop shop.
Fantastic.
Because I do about 7 shows a week now, and we have new shows every day. In fact, we have a show that's going into its 5th week tomorrow. It's called Touchdown Under, Steelers Touchdown Under, and we have 2 guys that I found from Australia that are huge Pittsburgh Steelers fans, and they do a show, and it's fantastic. I told these guys, I'm like, keep the Australian slang, keep the accents, do whatever you can, make it strictly Australian, and so the show tomorrow is for the Pittsburgh Steelers need to get down to hard yakka. And I'm like, what's yakka? And it's like, well, yakka is work in Australian. So they're really going after it. But with Jeff Hartman and Dave Schofield, the co-editors, and myself as the podcast producer, we've really grown the network. We're really proud because when I took over, we were about 70,000 downloads. for 270,000 downloads for the month of September now that the Steelers are playing. And the Steelers are playing well, and they're starting off ugly too. But they're getting an opportunity that they're shaking the rust off. They had no preseason. They're in preseason week 3, and if they can keep this going against a dangerous 0-2 Houston Texans team, they're going to be good.
I was going to say, you think you're going to face a quarterback that can stretch the play, throw it down the field, and I think the Steelers are going to have their hands full this week. But Ben's looking very, very good. I think coming off elbow surgery, looking very, very good so far. I really like that Claypool kid, though.
He's going to be fantastic, and the great thing about those wide receivers, Ed, is if one of them goes down, one of them's being double covered, they're going to kill you so many different ways.
Yep.
Ben Roethlisberger has not had this many weapons at one time, and throw in the fact that you got the tight ends too. Ebron and Vance McDonald haven't done much, but those are sleeping giants waiting to wake up.
And we get David DeCastro back.
DeCastro's
this
coming
week
back?
was going to be a big boost to that offensive line. So I'm looking forward to watching that game. Haven't been able to watch much football this year. I got to watch game 1, but due to my golf schedule,
I
I
understand.
missed last week, but I do watch the replays, though.
The best part about this job for me is my wife and kids know that Dad gets paid to watch the Steelers. So that's my excuse.
Great gig.
My wife even says that, no, Brian can't
shucks,
come
right?
because he gets paid to watch the Steelers.
Yeah, what a
That's
shame.
a dream of mine.
Fantastic. Looks like we have about 50 seconds remaining before kickoff here in the second half. Rams leading 35-0. I'm with Brian Davis, the producer for the Behind the Steel Curtain podcast. If you get a chance, please check it out. It is wonderful. If you are a Steeler fan, trust me, there will be information there you will love. These guys are great. They're funny. I want to check out the Down Under guys. I mean, I remember the days of old ESPN. I would watch Australian rules football. There was nothing better than hearing those guys and their Australian accent and calling those games. So I'm interested to check that out myself.
You will love them.
Yeah, so glad you can join us.
Thanks so much.
Come anytime. You're always welcome. You have an open invite. We're so glad we can have fans here. It's the first week we're allowed fans in the stands. Richland went to 850 people, not including the players and the band. So fantastic. First time for us. We can actually look across the way, look down here and see fans and enjoy. I'm so glad we can have you guys on.
Thank you so much. And I got to tell you real quick, so fantastic to hear that NBC Sports theme. I never get to hear it anymore.
I know. It's never gone away.
I might tackle a bass drummer and grab his sticks and go ahead and play.
I wish I could remember, years ago we came here for Mr. Bartolowski's, whatever.
06.
Yeah, and you know what? I forgot how to play. I just could not remember any of the notes anymore. And I played that song forever, and I could not remember how to play my instrument. But anyway, good to have you along, Brian, and we're going to get ready for kickoff.
Thank you so much, my friend.
All right, buddy.
I appreciate it.
Take care. All right, Brian Davis from Behind the Steel Curtain. Please check it out. We're getting ready now for the second half, so Freddie's going to step in now as we're getting ready for kickoff.
How's Missy doing?
I'll tell her we were seeing each other.
All right, so we are back. Second half, Connor Rager again in to kick it off. Back deep is Amari Andrews and Jordan Page for the McCort Crushers. They find themselves down 35-0. Connor Rager hits a high kick, fielded at about the 14-yard line by Page, who hands it off to Andrews again, and Andrews is toppled as he gets over the 25 to about the 26. And you would consider that a big win on special teams.
Big win inside the 30-yard line. And they do like to run. They like to get the ball to him. Even if he doesn't catch it, they get it to him somehow. Andrews, right?
Yes.
They get it to him somehow. He's a good player.
All right, so 11:50 here, just underway in the third quarter. We have the running clock situation as the Rams lead 35-0. Tristan Ferneri will go under center. It'll be a pitch out to Andrews on the left side. Andrews able to pick his way as he'll get to about the 34-yard line.
I've been watching this Will Hassett, number 58.
I'm going to spot him at the 30-yard line. 30-yard line.
Yeah, Will Hassett, number 58. He's a senior, 6'2", 210-pound lineman. He's pretty good. I've been watching him specifically, and he gets off the ball quick. He has good contact, keeps the legs moving. He's a good ball player. he could play for anybody in the Laurel Highlands.
4-yard pickup there by Andrews. 2nd and 6 upcoming. McCord at their own 30-yard line. Forneri under center again. Andrews in motion back to the left. Hand up straight off up the middle. Will just gain a couple of yards shy of the 35. Looks like about the 33-yard line where the ball will be spotted.
Putting a man in motion, trying to divert your attention away from where the play is actually going. But again, our defensive line stood tall.
Ethan Marcosi was the ball carrier. He's going to set up 3rd and 2. Forneri under center again. And it will be hand up the middle to Marcosi. And I don't think he has enough as he gets to him just over the 35. Does not even make it to the 36. And I think he has to get to at least the 36 for the first down.
Well, once again, the officials did not kill the clock. Well, now they're killing it.
I think they're going to bring out the sticks, but from our vantage point, it looks like the sticks are right on the 36-yard line. That ball was spotted about a half a yard short.
I know Coach Smith well enough to know that he probably wanted that. He was over there saying, we need a measure, we need a measure. Gives you a chance to think about what you want to do. Even if you know you didn't make it, at least it gives you an opportunity to sit back and discuss it with your assistants. Think we should go for it? What should we do? I think they should go for it. What's the
I would definitely go over it. It's going to be 4th and inches. They have the ball. They are only at their own 35-yard line or so, 35.5-yard line. But no, I think they're going to punt.
Oh, boy.
No, maybe not. That was Andrews that was sit back, so it was not Haslett back there.
I can't
so they're going to go for it. Yeah, it's going to be 4th and very short.
Smitty's my friend, but I was going to question his judgment on that.
Yeah, and you trail 35-0.
Yeah, what do you have to lose?
All right, so looking for a big stand here. The Richland Ram defense gets set. Forneri under center. And hand up to Marcosi.
I don't know.
And I don't think Marcosi got any forward push at all. They might give him the 36. As I see Chris Hunter coming over to spot the ball. He has enough for the first down. So enough to pick up that little half a yard.
Ah, boy, that was close.
Looks like Xavier Manahan checking in now for the Rams along with Dominic Bethman.
That was close.
Ryan McGowan and Jalen Triplin check out.
What a great surge by our defensive line on that play. Great surge.
So 1st and 10 for the Crushers. They are at their own 36-yard line. 9:17 and counting here in the third quarter. They trail 35-0. Andrews goes in motion to the right. And Forneri going to throw it out to him on the right. And he's got some speed and tries to get the sideline. Able to cut it back in as he crosses the 50 to about the 48 in the Richland territory before he's brought down by Griffin LaRue.
When you're down by 35 at halftime, what do you tell your players in the locker room? You tell them to go out and play hard, have some pride. Let's get a couple scores on the board. Let's build something positive for next week. You don't say give it up. You go out and you play hard. And I give the McCord kids credit. They're playing very hard right now.
All right, so 1st and 10 upcoming. The ball spotted at the Richland 49-yard line. Now Andrews will go out to the left and up the middle for Marcosi as the ball will push to about the 46-yard line of the Rams. So about a 3-yard gain. Bring up 2nd and 7.
Number 54 for the Rams on the bottom of that pile.
Nathan Kniss.
There's a whole gang of them involved in the tackle. Getting a lot of players in the game, Coach Bailey. Smart.
That's what I like to see.
In and out, in and out, in and out.
As Manahan and Bethman check out.
Keeps everybody involved in the game. You don't know. You might get your number called at any second right now. I better be on top of things.
Forneri under center. Andrews in motion to the right. And handed up the middle again to Marcosi as he crosses the 45-yard line to about the 44. Going to bring up 3rd down and about 5.
Roman Fesco from McCort, a sophomore, 185-pound lineman, had a real nice block on one of our backers on that play. Keep working hard. That's all you can do. You're down by 35. Keep working hard. have some pride. Already there's half the period's gone. That's the beauty of a running clock.
Yep, we're at 7-11 here and counting. Again, McCort trailing 35-0. We're in a running clock. Tristan Ferneri, 3rd and 5 from the Richland 44-yard line. Marcosi is the backer. And I think somebody's going to call a timeout. Might be the McCort Crushers are going to call a timeout, and they do. Big. I mean, they're going to take 2 downs here, Freddie, I'm sure. It's 3rd and 5. They're inside of Richland territory already, and let's face it, this is going to be 2-down territory for them every time.
There's no punting anymore for the Crushers. There's not. It could be no punting for the Rams as well, so it could be a really quick second half.
Yeah. PJ, how comfortable is tonight down there? You got me, PJ? Can you hear me, buddy? I think we lost PJ. We'll go ahead and run down the sponsors real quick again. We can't thank them enough. They can make this all possible. Thanks to Romersburg Media for carrying this. Precious Metals and Diamond Company, Chan Soon Chong Medical Center, Best Window and Door, Blade Broadband, Rizzo's Italian Restaurant, The Fifth Bar and Grill, which was formerly the Alibi, Wayne Langer Hulk for Senate, Advanced Office Systems, Dean Jordan Goodyear, Ponchione Financial, Cardolino Eye Care and Optical, EcoSafe Sanitizing, Nico's Restaurant, Johnstown Construction, FWF Insurance and Erie Insurance, McCracken Chiropractic Spine and Sports Center, Flair of Country Catering and Event Planning, and Sporting Goods Discounters.
We get such great support from our community up here, don't we, Ed?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
All right, 3rd and 5 upcoming. Ferneri under center. Andrews goes in motion to the left, and he will take it to the left, and he's going to take a throw in coverage. I think was looks like Graydon Lewis, but a catch made there. Nice play by the McCort Crushers.
Yeah, a little bit underthrown, but he came back for the ball real nice, and Graydon was right there.
Is that number 2 on the reception?
That's a Richland.
That wasn't number 2. Can't read his number from up here. Not sure who the player on the McCort Crushers were, but nice catch, nice throw by Andrews. Brings the ball into the Richland 24-yard line, so a 20-yard strike, 1st and 10. 6:20 and counting. Richland leading 35-0.
A score right here would be big for McCort, just for their own self-esteem, their own ego.
That is Marcosi up the middle, and he will go pretty much nowhere. May pick up a yard, and that's about all.
Richland still has.
Hey, Ed, you got me now.
Yeah,
I hear you, buddy.
All right, hey, listen, a little shocker, I think, so far in the Laurel Highlands. Cambria Heights is over Penn Cambria now in the 3rd quarter, 21-0.
Hey, yeah.
I didn't see that coming. And Somerset and Guilfoyle, 21-7. Guilfoyle over Somerset right now. So some good games across the Laurel Highlands.
Yeah, I was reading in the paper, Central Cambria much improved. But yeah, a little shocker, 21-0 over Penn Cambria. All right, Ferneri now, 2nd and 9 from his own from the Richland 23. Ferneri back to throw, facing a lot of pressure. He's got to throw this one out of bounds. Great pressure applied there, I think, by number 54, Nathan Kniss.
That's exactly who it is. He just threw it away, but he had no choice, really.
So 3rd down and 9 upcoming. Nice drive here so far to start the 3rd quarter by the Crushers.
It's good for them, good, as I said before, good positive image here. They're moving the ball against the first string. I mean, it's not like we have our JVs in yet. I'm sure they will be in before long.
McCort, though, taking a lot of time here as we're at 4:47 and counting. 3rd and 9. Down to 4 seconds on the play clock. Ferneri under center. This is going to be a delay of game. It has to be. Ferneri rolls out to his left. Has a man on his sideline. Short of the 1st down. As he's over the 20 to about the 17. I'm not sure why that wasn't called a delay of game.
Yeah, they were 5 seconds over that. I have no idea.
Easily. I'm just shocked it wasn't called.
Oh, yeah, those guys were not paying attention whatsoever.
Yeah.
That's our all-star officiating crew.
Yeah,
I think
somebody. That's the only thing they missed tonight. I mean, the play clock was down to 4 almost when he stepped up to the huddle, and then he put guys in motion, and You know, it was at least 5 seconds.
I'll get that here. I'll remind him of it next time.
All right.
I think they might have
Thanks,
known it.
PJ.
They just let it go. You know, it's hard sometimes to keep your focus. You get out there and it's difficult. No excuse there.
And
No
I
excuse.
think McCourt's going to go ahead and call a timeout here. They have a 4th and 4 upcoming. 3:45 remaining in the third quarter. They trail 35-0. This is a big play for McCourt. They want to obviously keep this drive alive, but they have a 4th and 4 upcoming here, and the Rams defense has been pretty stout tonight.
That's why they're calling timeouts. They want to score. The score right now would do wonders for that team. It really would. Saying, look, you know, we're down 35-0. Come out, drive the ball down the field, score a touchdown. You know, we're not. You know, we're a decent team. Something to build on for next week.
So all my buddies who are listening from Windward Country Club, want to say hi to them because I know some of them are putting us on YouTube. I send out a message just about every week, and I know some of them are listening. So glad to have you guys aboard. Our Zeus, our captain Frank Petruzik, sent me a message, so I know he's listening. So thanks, Frank. Glad to have you aboard as always, and your lovely wife Judy.
How's your golf game coming, by the way?
My golf game's actually improving. I got my handicap down pretty the lowest it's ever been, actually.
Can you beat your daughter yet?
I could beat my daughter, but she will beat me pretty soon, I'm sure. I look forward to that day. I really do. She'll never beat me in mini golf, but all right. So 4th and 4 upcoming for the Crushers. Andrews will split out to the right, and I'll throw it to Andrews. The Rams were there, but Andrews puts on a couple of shake and bake moves. He's inside the 10-yard line, and he still keeps plowing. Nice play by Andrews. Richland's throwing that out pretty good and had some people there, but Andrews able to make a couple of cuts.
He's a very nice back. He's been very impressive. Very impressive here in the second half. Coach Smith's going to say, where was that the first half?
Puts the ball at about, looks like the 4-yard line. So 1st and goal upcoming for the Crushers.
We have 3:13 to go in the third quarter on a running clock. They had the ball the whole quarter.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
All right, so Forneri will go under center again. Marcosi and Andrews back in the backfield. Forneri hands off to Andrews, and he is hit hard to fumble. And Graydon Lewis jumps on the football. Richland Rams have the ball. So very promising drive by the Bishop McCort Crushers ends with their second turnover of the game. And Graydon Lewis able to jump on the ball as it squirted free from Andrews. And PJ, was that a bad handoff, or was that a hit that caused the fumble?
No, I think that was it was actually a hit. I mean, he had the ball cradled, started making a move, and it came a little undone whenever Richland hit him. So I think Richland's going to put this ball game totally away right here.
They ran a little lead back action on that play. Graydon Lewis right there on the spot. He had an interception last week, and now he has a fumble recovery this week.
All right, Stahl in his own end zone, going to throw. Has a man, is Griffin LaRue. He's wide open, he drops the ball. Griffin LaRue had 3 steps and unable to rail it in as he had it right in his hands. Just could not quite hold on.
Wow. Kind of expected that from Coach Bailey. You know, you can sort of think back over the years what he's done in the past. That's a good chance to go for that ball. Nobody's expecting it, so let's go for it.
All right, so
good
nice
call.
Yep, absolutely good call. And like PJ said, I think they were going to put the game away right there. Just could not quite be hauled in by Griffin LaRue. Down to 1:55 and counting in the third quarter. Stahl, 2nd and 10 from his own 4-yard line. And handoff up the middle. It's Evan McCracken. And another hard run by Evan McCracken as he gets to about the 15-yard line. It'll be enough for Richland Ram first down. Or was that Graydon Lewis? It might have been Graydon Lewis.
Graydon Lewis.
Yeah, Graydon Lewis.
Good surge by the offensive line. Good surge. So you have a sophomore and a freshman sharing the ball carrying duties tonight. That's pretty impressive.
We have a player down. It's Brendan Bear down on the field for the Crushers. So while he was down, we'll go ahead and step away and take a quick break. 1:35 remaining here in the third quarter. Richland Rams leading 35-0. You listen to the Richland Ram Football Network.
nice hand from Brendan Bear.
Yeah, I haven't been there for. If I want to see him, I go see the
We are back here from Richland as Brendan Bear walked off with his own power, so glad to see that. And I want to welcome Kim and Brian Pasco, who are listening from home, who just sent me a text, so glad to have them listening. Thanks, guys. 1st and 10 Rams at their own 15-yard line. 1:28 and counting here in the third quarter and running clock. Richland up 35-0. Stahl rolling out to his right and has to throw it at the feet. Intended receiver was Sam Penna. We'll bring up 2nd and 10. DeMont Johnson now checking into the ball game.
We got a whole gang over at Richland College Manor listening to the game. I know that.
Fantastic.
I know. This is a great thing to have. I hope it continues. I know the pandemic had a lot to do with this TV stuff, but I hope it continues in the future. Not the pandemic.
Yeah, don't want to talk. I'm done with the pandemic. 2nd and 10 upcoming for the Rams. Graydon Lewis will plow his way close to the 20-yard line to about the 19. It's about a 4-yard pickup. It'll bring third down upcoming.
And the clock is about ready. They don't have to snap it unless they want to.
We're down to 24
but knowing
and
Coach
counting.
Bailey, he wants to.
I think he probably wants to get as many plays off as he possibly can. So 3rd and 6 upcoming. Richland, they spot the ball at the 20-yard line. Jordan Ford now the lead blocker. And Stahl back to throw. Stahl rolls to his right. Has a man, as that is, I think, Jordan Ford. And he gets to about the 35-yard line.
That's a tough play to cover. Jordan's done that tonight a couple different times, coming across the field, and you have a little bit of quarterback action away and then waggling back, and it's tough to cover. And
it's kind of the play we've been calling for the last little while, and tonight finally bringing it out and paying off rewards. So we'll get and step away. That's the end of the third quarter. Your Richland Rams lead here 35-0 over the Bishop McCort Crushers. You are listening to Richland Ram Football Network. All right, and we are back as we start the fourth quarter. Richland Rams will have the ball. 1st and 10.
I think we're going to be JV ball now, buddy.
From their own 34-yard line. Brian Colbert out there listening. He's one of the security officers from UPJ. So, Brian, so glad you're listening. We call him Big Hoss, so glad to have Big Hoss along. All right. Tony DiMartino will be the running back, and the ball will be handed off to DiMartino. And he will pick his way to about the 35-yard line. We'll see where he spot the ball. He does get to the 35, so 1-yard gain.
The gentlemanly thing to do, put the JVs in at this point. Give them some experience. Get them ready for the JV game on Monday.
All right, Sam Penna in at quarterback. Xavier Manahan now checks in. DiMartino checks out. We'll try to set the rest of your lineup here. Aiden McMahon is the wide receiver on our side of the field to the right. As Penna in the gun, 2nd and 9. Manahan will go off right tackle. And Manahan will get over the 45-yard line to the 46. Nice carry by Xavier Manahan for Richland first down.
I think these kids feed off of each other. You know, you see the other running backs running hard. You get out there and think it's my turn now. And they're still playing against the McCord varsity, so
right.
They're not doing it against second stringers.
Ethan Box in at wide receiver. We have Jeb Jordan DeMont Johnson is your tight end. Pistol formation for the Rams. Penna will roll out to his right. Has a man. That's DeMont Johnson over the 50 to about the 48 into Bishop McCort territory.
That's that same kind of action that they threw the pass to Jordan Ford on. Same kind of action. Faking to the one side, rolling back the opposite way. Receiver coming across the field. Tough to cover.
We are at 10:19 here in the ball game. Richland leading 35-0. We are in a running clock. DeMont Johnson picked up 6 on that hookup from Penna. So inside of McCort territory at their 48. 2nd and 4. Penna will hand off to Manahan, who will get to the 45, about a yard shy of the first down.
Nice tackle by number 71 for the Crushers. And I think it was 71. I don't have it on my roster. 3rd down and 1.
So 3rd and 1 upcoming. Penna in the gun. There's a snap. Penna will keep it himself as he goes over the left side. Cuts it back over. There's a flag on the play. Maybe a hold on the Rams.
There have not been many penalties in this game.
Maybe a hold on Manahan. And it is a hold on the Rams.
I'm thinking you have to take it.
Yeah, I think Penna probably had enough for the first down, I would imagine. He came awful close, but they will accept the penalty. Back Richland up 10 yards and bring up a 3rd and long now. 3rd and about 11 upcoming. Yeah, it's going to be longer than 3rd and 11 here. So 3rd and about 12. All right, Penna in the gun. Penna back to throw. Penna rolls out to his right. He's getting some pressure. Throws the ball, and he'll have to throw that away. So incomplete pass. That'll bring up 4th down.
Looks like number 33 for the Crushers. Ethan Marcosi putting a little bit of pressure.
Ethan Marcosi's a pretty big boy.
Yeah, he's a little.
He's got some power to him.
5'6", 185. A lot of leverage there.
Looks like first team coming back in here on 4th down and 12.
Well, that's the playing team.
Yep, Kellen Stahl. Now Kellen Stahl back in. Graydon Lewis back in. I think they're going to go for this, Coach. They are not setting up in punt formation. First teams came on as it is a 4th and 12. Ball at the Richland 43-yard line. Stahl fakes the handoff. Rolls out. Stahl sets his feet. Has a man over the middle as Jordan Ford over the 40-yard line to the 36 of the Crushers. That'll bring up 1st down, and I'm sure the JV team will probably come right back in as we're down to 7:53 and counting. 35-0 your score here. Rams lead.
Same play action. You notice that?
Yep.
Exactly the same play action. Jordan Ford coming across the field in the middle of the field, wide open.
Bailey keeping his first team out there. A little bit surprised. I thought maybe he would make a switch as they picked up the 1st down. Stahl back to throw again. Stahl looking. Stahl going end zone. Has LaRue Page there in coverage, though. Nice play by LaRue to break it up. Ball a little underthrown.
So you're saying LaRue became the defensive back?
He did. He did a nice job there breaking it up. If not for Griff coming back and swatting it out, that would have been an interception.
This has to be a big night confidence builder for LaRue. I think he needed that. He needed some success. He needed some big plays. Too bad he dropped that one. That was the only negative. The only negative he had all night.
But the positive was he separated himself amazingly. Some good speed. All right, this is Lewis who will go over to the left side, and he will pick his way to about the 30-yard line. They'll spot him just short of the 30.
See Mr. Nick Campitelli leaving the stadium. Longtime coach for the Rams.
Yeah, He was my junior high basketball coach and my middle school principal.
I actually got to coach with Nick. Lucky enough to do that. Nick and his wife Betty leading the stands. The party must be over.
Third down coming for the Rams. The Stahl rolls out to his right. Looks. Stahl throws it up for Sam Penna on his sideline, but that will fall incomplete.
Tried to soft touch it in there. It looked like a little dart throw. When I started teaching, or I came to Richland in 1968, Nick was the head football coach. And I remember asking him, I'd like to coach football. He said, how about 7th grade? That's where you start. And I said, no problem, Coach.
Yeah, take that.
Ended up being the varsity head coach. It took some time here at Richland, but it's a great place to have a career right here.
All right, 4th and 3 upcoming for the Rams. They're at the McCort 32-yard line. Flag on the play. Did they get them to jump on the freeze?
That was the freeze.
So there you go. That's the freeze. It works like a charm.
If anyone who wants to analyze the freeze, just run that replay about 10 times.
As you said, Coach Smith, though,
he knows about it.
Yeah, he knows, but hard to transfer it to your players to get them to be not as aggressive. And they jump, and the Rams pick up a first down without running a play. Ball moves to the 27-yard line of the Crushers. Rams 1st and 10 now, 5:22 and counting. Rams lead 35-0 here. Stahl has to pick it off his shoes, throws out to LaRue on the right. LaRue cuts it back. The 20, LaRue, the 10, the 5. It is another Richland Ram touchdown. Stahl to LaRue, 27 yards.
Griff's third touchdown tonight.
Griff's having a big game tonight.
And we'll see if Autumn can keep her streak alive.
Autumn 5 for 5 on the night. And she will come in to attempt as Stahl will be the holder. I just can't believe how beautiful this night is, Coach. I mean, it's just an absolutely perfect night for football.
This whole summer's been fantastic.
All right, so little high snap. Fauci able to get it away, though, and Fauci's kick is true.
Wow.
PJ, can you get over how nice of a night this is tonight compared to last week? A lot colder. This night's beautiful.
Beautiful in every sense of the word. From the weather, I mean, beautiful night. You know, I can't see a star in the sky, a little bit of the moon, but nice, pleasant evening, good fall night. Great football weather, great football game. I mean, at least for the Rams. You know, not much of a two-way football game here, but you know, these Rams are trying things, doing different things, and succeeding at all of it. You know, they're these are sights of the past, sights that we can continue seeing for the rest of this year, I think. So exciting to be out here, and obviously, again, with fans in the crowd.
Yeah, this is a good thing for the Rams. I mean, getting a lot of young players involved. This can only help them moving forward. When you start getting freshmen and sophomores involved in plays, they start to feel good about themselves, Freddie. This is just a huge thing moving forward.
What I'm thinking is, as a coach that's going to be playing the Rams down the road, you know, we had enough to think about. Now we have a big tight end we have to worry about.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have to compensate for that now. So it's really, really good that Coach Bailey has Ford involved more and more in the offense. And, you know, the running backs, you know, we have our two top guys out, but everybody's stepping up and doing a job. You know, Lewis and McCracken, they're doing a great job. And it's just so many things to think about. I always said I would hate to have to defend the Rams. You know, that week of practice has to be crazy because there's so many things you have to cover and so many things you have to look at. It's just it's a difficult offense to scout, difficult offense to prepare for.
All right, it looks like it's the JV kickoff team that will be in here for this kickoff, as Andrews and Page will still be the deep men for the Crushers. And the ball hit deep. That's a nice kick as it goes over the head of Andrews. He will pick it up at about the 5-yard line. The Rams are there and push him. I thought they might have got him out of bounds, but Andrews able to pick his way over the 15.
Wow,
so,
what a nice kick.
Nice coverage there. Nice kick by the Rams. So McCort will take over 1st and 10. We have 5:01 remaining here in the ball game. Richland now leading 42-0.
This is like the old days.
Yep.
40, 50 points a game. We struggled. You know, we're 1-1, but boy, we played two really good football teams.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
I mean, you know, you can't look back. You know, we made it through probably the roughest part of our schedule right off the bat.
Okay, trying to catch a number of the Crusher quarterback. It might still be Ferneri as Andrews goes in motion. And whistles on the play. I think the ball may have been bad exchange. So the ball went down, and that's where to be spotted. It'll bring up second down. Loss of about 2 on the play.
Got some new blood in there for the Rams. 72-55.
So Caleb Gezzi is 55. And it is Ferneri still back to throw. Ferneri getting some pressure. Ferneri going to throw over. He has Andrews. Andrews puts the hand in the ground and able to turn as he goes over the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20. And able to keep his feet as Andrews will go in for a score. So Ferneri able to break the pressure, finds Andrews for a touchdown, a Bishop McCort touchdown.
That is huge for the McCort Crushers. That's huge. You know, something positive, something to look back on and say, this is what we can do.
It did come at the expense of the JV team for the Rams, though. It's not against the Richland starters, so
I know, but you
got to temper your expectations just a touch.
No. That was a great run.
It was a great run. He put his hand down in the ground, stuck it, turned, and able to get upfield. And once he turned it on, he was gone. A couple of nice attempts by Richland, though. I think it was Aiden McMahon in pursuit that almost got him at about the 20-yard line.
It was a well-thrown ball, too. Quarterback threw the ball very well.
So Hazlitt will come on for the extra point for the Crushers. There's a snap. There's the hold. It is up, and it is good. So your score here now, Richland 42, the McCort Crushers 7. We're 3:42 remaining in the ball game. We'll go ahead and take this time again to thank our sponsors. We always thank Romsburg Media, as that's the reason why we're able to watch those games. Hope you have great views. They just do a great job, so we're so happy to have them. And we got to thank Precious Metals and Diamond Company, Chan Soon Shong Medical Center, Best Window and Door, Blade Broadband, Rizzo's Italian Restaurant, the Fifth Bar and Grill, which was formerly the Alibi, Wayne Langer-Hoke for Senate, Advanced Office Systems, Dean Jordan Goodyear, Ponchione Financial, Cardellino Eye Care and Optical, EcoSafe Sanitizing, Nico's Restaurant, Johnstown Construction, FWF Insurance and Erie Insurance, McCracken Chiropractic Spine and Sports Center, Flair of Country Catering and Event Planning, and Sporting Good Discounters.
It's really nice working with these guys, professionals, you know. Think back to the old days. We used to come early, set everything up.
Yep.
You know,
yep. And sometimes they had some issues. I had to make a couple of phone calls.
Yeah.
So this is nice. We come up, they have everything nice and set up for us.
Very professional.
And really, we just get to do what we get to do, which is a lot of fun. And I hope everybody's enjoying it. I know we have a blast here every single week.
I think this is probably my 6th year I've been doing this. And
this is year 4 for me.
Our friend Al Steele. Was it 4 for you?
Yeah, this is my 4th year.
Yeah,
I was the fieldman like PJ was my very first year.
I remember you standing in the rain down at the Point Stadium.
Yeah,
I think that was the McCort
game.
I
almost got blown over. Yeah.
That was you really gutted it out. Though.
Oh,
I really
man.
give you credit. I
was
wouldn't
rough.
have done that. I would have.
That was rough.
And our buddy Al Steele from McCort broadcasting team, he's the guy that got us involved in this. He's over there with Ralph DeMarco, calling the game from McCort. And they have a real nice canopy on the other side, maintaining their social distancing.
At least they have a great night, because I know he was a little worried of what if it rained, but it ends up being a beautiful night, so I'm sure they're pretty comfortable out there. They have a nice little setup.
Yeah, they're happy. It's not raining.
All right, Will Hazlitt will be on to kick it away.
No onside. Nope.
Now he's going to boot this deep. And for the Rams, that might be, is that Griff LaRue, as he'll take it over the 20. He cuts, he got the 30. He steps to the 35, the 40, before he takes a big shot as he gets to about the 42-yard line. Nice return by Griffin LaRue.
Wow. He's having a big night, LaRue, isn't he?
And the Rams are going to keep their starters out on offense. Kellen Stahl still staying in at quarterback. Graydon Lewis staying at running back. So a little surprising here, Coach. It's 42-7, 3:30 remaining in the ball game, and Coach Bailey put his starters out. Now they call timeout, and he may take them off the field now.
Looks that way. I think that's so wise. You know, why take the chance of an injury?
Right.
I think those starters were fighting to be in there for a little bit after McCort left their starters in. So
yeah.
They're going to come out, though.
Yeah, I would agree, PJ. I think it was probably just a little they wanted to get back out there, but right thing, call timeout and get reset.
The rivalry's still there. You know,
it absolutely is.
It's a little bit one-sided tonight, but the rivalry is still there.
All right, number 72, as you asked me before, I think that is Darden Horsley.
Does PJ have any other scores down there? PJ.
I'll take a quick look here in a minute, Fred.
All right, so the Rams will have 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Looks like Ethan Janidlo.
We got Bishop Guilfoyle, 38 over Somerset, 7. Cambria Heights still 21-0 over Penn Cambria.
All right, Ethan Janidlo in at quarterback. I think it's Easton Robertson, number 32, who will be your running back. Janidlo will hand off to Robertson, who will, or is that Tony? That might have been Tony DiMartino. It's hard to see. That's Tony as he gets about a 3-yard gain, just short of the 50-yard line, so nice run by Tony. And in comes Xavier Manahan now, 36. 2nd and 7 upcoming.
I imagine we're going to see the ball pretty much on the ground at this point.
So they spot the ball at the 45-yard line.
2:58 to go.
Janidlo to Manahan. Manahan gets a couple of yards. 5, actually, he picked up nice as he was hit. Thought he was going to go down, but gets over the 50-yard line to the 49-yard line. Close to a Richland first down to bring up 3rd and short. And Jaden Kinsey checking into the ball game now, along with Ethan Cafeo. Big hand for Jaden Kinsey.
I'm betting he gets the ball. What do you think?
Yeah, Jaden in at running back. I've never seen Jaden in at running back before. This is kind of exciting. Seriously, I've never seen him in at running back before.
Well, he's going to get the ball.
So it's 3rd and 1. Janidlo in the gun. Janidlo hands off to Kinsey. Kinsey will pick up the first down and gets to about the 35-yard line.
Wow.
So nice run by Jaden Kinsey.
He'll remember that for a while, won't he?
Yes, he will. Limping a little bit as he gets up, but stays in the ball game. He's going to come out now with number 32, Easton Robertson. We'll check in freshman, Easton Robertson.
He will be pumped when this is over.
Yeah, the team all going to give him a pat on the back. This is nice to see. All right, so 1st and 10 upcoming. Ball at the McCort 44-yard line. Janidlo in the gun. Janidlo fumbles, or couldn't quite handle the snap, but gets it, pulls it down himself, and he will get another first down as he gets to about the, looks like about the 32-yard line or so.
This Ethan Janidlo is a freshman, 5'11", 205.
Yeah,
he's
pretty big boy, yeah.
He's going to get bigger,
yeah.
Obviously. He's only a freshman. He'll be probably the heir apparent to Stahl.
We were down to 106 and counting. 42-0 here. Dugan Chase now checking in for the Rams as DeMont Johnson checks out. Janidlo in the gun. And he'll keep it himself as he tries the right tackle. And he will gain a couple yards as he gets close to the 25. So about the 26-yard line.
Well, we do not have to snap the ball again unless we want to. So
yeah, we're down to 29 seconds.
We'll see what
and
happens.
Counting. So a very impressive showing here by the Rams tonight after a hard-fought game last week. Can't say enough. It was a great game, and Bedford just had the better of the play last week to defeat the Rams 27-20, but the Rams answering in a big, big way tonight. 42-7 here over the McCort Crushers. We're down to 6 seconds and counting. Janidlo will hand it off to Ethan Robertson, who's able to break a tackle, and he will get over the 20-yard line, close to the 15, and that will be your ball game. So from Herlinger Field, the Richland Rams defeat the Bishop McCort Crushers 42-7. We'll be back with you shortly for a little bit of postgame as you were listening to the Richland Ram Football Network. Back with you from Herlinger Field as the Richland Rams just defeated the Bishop McCort Crushers 42-7 on a great night here and a great response game after the Rams lost, I said, a heartbreaker last week to the Bedford Bison. Coach, your thoughts?
Well, something we needed to do tonight was have a big game, a big win. You know, after two very hard-fought games with Bishop Guilfoyle and Bedford, we needed something like this to get us back on a high. It's tough to play two good teams in a row mentally. You know, it's tough physically, but mentally, you know, it's tough also. So this was kind of more of a relaxed atmosphere tonight, and it's going to get us ready for a big game next week up at Cambria Heights on their new field. That will not be an easy game, Cambria Heights.
I haven't read much on Cambria Heights. I don't think it's ever easy going there. They've had some good teams in the past, so I'm really looking going forward to seeing their new stadium.
Yeah, they got the turf field now, just like 7 other teams in the Laurel Highlands. So, you know, the Laurel Highlands has really become a really good conference. Bishop Guilfoyle last year was in the state finals. We were in the state semifinals. You know, that's 2 teams from one conference. So it's pretty impressive. Coach Bailey talking to the team now. We just got done with the alma mater. Griffin LaRue had a big night.
He did.
That's another observation here I can make. You know, Griff needed this. We always knew he had the ability, he had the talent, he has the size, he has the speed. He just needed some positive things, some self-confidence, I guess is what I'm trying to say. He did score 3 times tonight, so it was a big night for him. It's something he needed to do. Stahl, great night again. We're not seeing the passing stats that we saw last year, but it's a different team. You know, it's not always the same team. So we have to do what works, and I'm feeling very confident going into the rest of the season that we're going to be very successful.
I was very impressed tonight. Graydon Lewis stepping in at running back. Evan McCracken at running back. Sam Penna, how about that? Sam Penna at wide receiver tonight, able to haul in a touchdown pass. So good on them. And, you know, you got to give credit to Coach Bailey again. He's putting these kids in situations to succeed, and they're rewarding him big time.
Well, I know how hard these guys work during the summer. I think I mentioned earlier, I used to see Greg coming up to our neighborhood. You know, he would run, which means he had to run up Eisenhower Boulevard from Giant Eagle.
Yeah.
You know, that's not easy to do, and that's just one example. The time they spent in the weight room, the time all these kids worked all summer for this moment. And that's why I'm so happy that they have the season underway. You know, it would be a shame to put all that time and all that effort in and not have a season. So this is the best part, I think, of the whole night is the fact that these kids got to play a game, and we had people here to watch them.
No doubt.
And it was just, back as close to normal as we've been.
This is the most normal I can say as it's been since we started. We're going to go ahead and catch P.J. McGowan as Coach Bailey just wrapping up his talk with the team. So we'll get Coach Bailey's thoughts with our award-winning on-field announcer, P.J. McGowan. And if you have not heard of one of P.J.'s interviews before, trust me, it's a treat.
It's worth waiting around for.
It absolutely is. So we'll get P.J. with Coach. I think he might be somebody might have caught Coach first, so we'll just wait our turn as P.J. is waiting patiently. And Coach always so generous with his time. When I did it, there was some lean years, and but it's always so gracious to give you a moment and give you straight up answers. And so here we go. P.J., take it away with Coach Bailey.
All right, Ed. Hey, we're here. Coach Bailey's getting hammered by a lot of media right now. But, Coach, take us through tonight's game, your feelings with our stands, our fans being back in the stadium, and what you think about the whole evening.
Well, PJ, we talked about it earlier. It was good to hack at Herlinger Field. The kids felt it. It was great to see parents and family and friends, and and they got off to a quick start. That's what we talked about in pregame, and we got out to that quick start, got a lead, and just got it rolling there, and it was a good night.
So, other than your veteran linemen who obviously show up at all times, more and more young, skilled players are showing up every week. I mean, we were talking about at halftime. We're having a hard time keeping track of how many different people scored so far this year. Give us your thoughts on that and what you have to say.
Yeah, I mean, the key to a great offensive football team is to spread it out, and so nobody can ever key on one person. Obviously, Kellen's Kellen, and Griff had a big year, previously, and certainly has a lot of accolades. But we have a lot of young guys in the backfield, a lot of young guys catching balls, and they're all stepping up, and we're looking forward to going on and playing Cambria Heights on Friday.
So, we all lived in the same community as Bishop McCort. We've all played Little League with them. We've grown up with them. A lot of the coaching staff on across the field tonight were with you. What do you have to say about the Bishop McCort team right now?
Well, they're struggling a little bit. They're out to an 0-3 start. So, I know their coaches. They'll work hard with the kids, and a lot of those kids have a lot of potential, and I'm sure they'll get it together and get some wins here in the future.
All right. Well, listen. I really am at a lost for words tonight. I don't have what to tease you about or anything other than have a great game. But red, white, and blue. You're wearing the khaki pants. How come you never wear gray? I heard from other coaches. Do you have a problem with that?
Yeah, I'm just not a khaki and gray guy. I think the only guy in the NFL that does it's Bill Belichick, and I don't want to follow his lead.
Well, I don't know. You sure have a record like him right now. So he's been a pretty winning coach, just like you.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe I'll start wearing it next week.
You look good the way you are. All right. Hey, good job. Congratulations to the Richland Rams. We'll see everybody next week in Patton, PA. Cambria Heights, here we come, and we look forward to another good showing from the Richland Rams. Back to you, Ed and Fred.
PJ's almost talking to him and they're wearing different colored pants. That's fantastic. Good job, PJ. Thanks to everybody for listening. I'm Ed DiMartino along with Coach Fred Yanni and PJ McGowan. We look forward to seeing everybody, although, Coach, I don't think you are not going to be with us, I believe, next week.
I don't think I'm going to make it. I'll be listening. If I'm home, I'll be listening.
Okay, well, we'll make sure you check in. We'll make sure we keep up with you. I think we're going to have Jim Penna along with us next week. Will be the color analyst, so we'll welcome Jim to the broadcasting booth. He doesn't know about our little initiation, so he'll find out.
Oh boy,
he'll find out the hard way next week. But we look forward to seeing everybody. Great game here tonight from Richland. Again, your final score: Richland 42, Bishop McCort Crushers 7. Have a great night, everybody, and stay safe. Thanks for joining. Good night.